This video will walk you through the basic techniques to decontaminate all of the common Boehringer suction regulators, which are supported by a validated sterilization solution. What you'll need in your decontamination area is a suction source, here shown by a wall outlet. You'll need an appropriate connection fitting to connect to that, a 6-foot length of disposable suction tubing, going to a 1 liter or greater hospital canister, a second length of disposable 6-foot tubing. You'll also want a shorter length of tubing, typically cut in half, and also you'll want a liter of an appropriate detergent cleaning solution to go through the inside of the unit. You'll want to transport these units to your decontamination area in either a tray or a red bag, which following your hospital's protocol. The Boehringer unit here has an integral trap bottle model 9100. What you want to do initially when this comes down to decontamination is unscrew the bottle from the bottom. You'll want to decontaminate that in a wash basin, just using simple hand methods. You'll then want to gently wiggle on the parts on the bottom of this retainer and float. They're not screwed in, they're just pressed in with a rubber O-ring. Remove them, likewise hand clean them in a wash basin or sink. Next thing you'll want to do is reattach the bottle, but not the internal components. As such, you'll then want to take your suction source, which is coming directly out of the canister, and attach it to the wall fitting on the back. And then you'll want to take the short length of tubing, attach it to the bottom patient port. And now what you want to do is dip this into the canister that contains your detergent solution. You'll want to cycle this unit through all of its modes. So its first mode is an intermittent. You'll see the unit turn suction on for a set amount of time, then it'll shut it off. Once it's cycled once, move it to continuous. And after about 5 seconds, on this unit, we're going to switch to the full line mode. And to do that, you want to pull out of the control valve at the same time as you're rotating it. We'll continue to suction all this detergent solution through the unit. And once everything has come through the unit, we're going to allow it 10 seconds to air dry with no fluid going through it. Then we're going to shut the unit off on the control valve of the unit. We'll remove suction from the back of the unit and remove the tubing off the bottom port of the patient side. And now you want to unscrew and remove the trap bottle on the bottom because it will still have some of the cleaning solution in it. Now we can reattach the float assembly to the bottom of the unit. Gently press and wiggle this in place. You'll feel it seat itself in place. And then gently screw the bottom trap bottle on. You only want to put this unit on finger tight. You don't want to over tighten this, as processing it through the autoclave can deform the threads if it's under severe tension. Now the unit can go into your autoclave either in a tray or a wrap. One thing you want to be sure of is when this is placed into a tray, you want to place it so that the rubber side is up. The rubber is fully autoclavable. It may take a set or get branded if you place it rubber side down. When this unit comes out of the autoclave, you'll want to stand it back up again into a vertical orientation. This will ensure that it properly dries all the internal components of the unit and it's ready for service. When you're backflushing the Boehringer suction units, you want to make sure you run through all of their control modes. Boehringer has 3 different generations of regulators here: continuous units as well as intermittent units, 3-mode units as well as 4-mode units. The unit here is shown as a continuous unit. All of our continuous models have this square style control valve. Here it's in its off position. We'll want to rotate this control valve 190 degrees to turn it into its regulate mode. It also has a full line mode. If you just press this thumb spring here, at the same time you rotate that control valve, it'll go in its full line mode, and you've effectively backflushed all 3 operational modes of this unit. This next unit is what we call an O4 design. This is a 3-mode intermitting suction unit. Here it's in its off position. 1 click towards you, you'll hear an audible click, it'll go in its intermit mode. Here you'll want it to operate both back and forth on intermit, and then 1 further click, it'll go in its continuous mode. And you've effectively backflushed all 3 modes of this unit. The last unit that we initially shown in this video was a 4-mode suction unit, starting in the off position. 1 click will bring it into its intermittent mode. A second click will bring it into its continuous mode. And then by pulling out on that control valve and rotating, you'll put it into full line suction. And you will have effectively backflushed all 4 operational modes of this unit.